friends, I am back and we're gonna play with makeup once again. But this time we're gonna play around with my IPSY extra products that I actually paid for. Some were selected by IPSY and then the others were my choice options. I am gonna incorporate a few items from the previous IPSY only because like they're that good. I've been using them consistently and it just makes sense. Okay, if you haven't seen any of my IPSY unboxings, you'll find them on my homepage of my channel, as well as you'll find probably like 2 or 3 of my IPSY videos in the description box. I try to list the most recent 5 in the description box, so you're also gonna find the mystery box that keeps giving, the try on and all that good stuff. We're gonna start off at the beginning and I'm gonna use the Snail Mucin, which has been a topic of conversation at work. This is the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. So this is something I've been using literally every single day prior to applying makeup, almost kind of like a skin prep. Just lays so beautifully on the skin, and then when you apply makeup on top of it, it looks even better. My face is nice and clean. I did fill in my eyebrows with the Benefit Pore. Dios mío, no. This is just so grossy. This is like 2 pumps, by the way, pero mira, it's like moco. Where was I? The Benefit Processing My Brow Pencil in number 6, and then I used the Ofra Power Play Brow. What is it? This. It's like the brow gel wax thing. Look how juicy it is. I should have just done the 1 pump, and this literally happens to me every single day, but I usually do like 2 pumps of mostly everything. Mala costumbre. Oh my gosh. My ADHD has been all over the place today. My kids have been laughing at me like hardcore. What was I saying? I'm gonna go in with the Nitro filler because it's really nice. So I'm gonna do one of those. I overdid it, I know, cállate. But I use this every single day before going to work. My under eyes get depuffed. I do apply this and then go make breakfast and whatever, so it'll do its thing under my eyes. So I let it sit for a good 5 minutes usually, but it helps with the depuffing, brightening the under eye, hydrating, especially now with the time change, which is so annoying because you would think at this age, like I'm gonna be 40, you would think we're used to time changing. I'm not. It's so stinking annoying. I'm gonna go in with the Tatcha, which is also really nice. I do wish it had an applicator. I wish it was a better something because having to dip your fingers into it is kind of annoying. I initially thought I'd add this to my bag because it is super hydrating, but then I changed my mind. Only because when you're out and about, you're touching things. You're touching the car, you're touching the steering wheel, the volume nozzle. You're at the supermarket touching cards. So then to go like this, So I just decided to leave it here for moments like now where I really need to hydrate the lips. Okay, my skin so far is looking really dewy, glowy but not hoey. We are going to move on and add more dew. Do we need more dew? No, but dew is always really nice. So this is gonna be the Misha Essential Rice Water. This is a makeup primer. I remember when I initially like did first impressions coming out of the box, I did not know whether or not it had a fragrance. Like I couldn't pinpoint it because I had sprayed the fragrance, which is back here. Where is it? I got that fragrance. Absolutely love it. And my kids are like, oh, you smell so nice. It's a really, really good fragrance. And it is a full size. It's not like a little trial. I had sprayed that first because I was really excited. And then when I went to this, I was like, I couldn't figure it out. But I have been doing my makeup with the primer. You know what it smells like a little bit like a sweet milk. Not vanilla, not super sweet, almost like very mild condensed milk. Very nice, but again, not super sweet, so it won't turn your stomach, and I really liked it. Entonces we're gonna kind of I'm gonna give my skin a good second to do its thing, and by second I mean a good few minutes. So I am going to move on to the eyeballs because I've really been excited for this Artist Couture palette. Now on my hands, go. Okay, I don't know if you guys received this in your box, if you've played around with it already. If you have tried any of these items, I know some of them were featured last month, what I have already put on my face, but now we're really gonna dive into the items from this month's box. If you have tried any of the items that I'm featuring today, make sure you let us know in the comments. I feel like, yes, my feedback matters, your feedback matters, and yes, people click here to watch, but also they want to hear your experience, not just Jadi's experience. We're a family, so like help our friends out. Let people know, did you like something? Did you not like something? Did something break you out? Did it make you extra dewy, extra oily? You didn't like it? Let us know what your experience is in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and play around with her. I'm gonna prep my lids with my Level Up primer. Y'all already know how that goes. If you ever wanted to get my primer, you can get it off of Ofra and Ofra only. However, you don't have to pay full price. Where's my brush? You never have to pay full price. I do have a promo code. So if you ever want anything from Ofra, you're going to find it under the description box of my videos. Just scroll down and you'll see Shop Ofra, a link, and a promo code. And that promo code is good for every single order. Let's start off with the shade Nudist. You know what? I'm gonna peel this thingy. Mira. Can you guys see me there? I hope you guys can see me right. Okay. So I'm gonna focus that shade directly on the crease. If you guys could see my visual right now. So I have a viewfinder here, right? I'm using this mirror, but I'm looking down, and then I have another mirror here and another mirror here. I'm seeing myself in different angles. I'm dipping back in. So I kind of like, at first I went like this, tapped out, and then I dipped my brush into the pan, and I didn't tap out this time. This is a really pretty like nudie peach. The pigment is there. I'm not even mad at it. Like, I do want to build it just a smidge so I can drag out, but it's pretty pigmented. Like, okay. Dan, I think I want to dip into the shade just under, and then I think we're gonna go on that last shade as well. I also kind of feel like I want to implement that green. I'm gonna do the same thing, tap into that bottom shade called Aesthetic. Focus that here, and then gradually bring her over. I want to leave this inner portion kind of as clean as possible right now. So I'm lightly holding my brush like this and lightly dragging, but focusing it out here, going in circular motions. See, so all that pigment is gonna stay there. And I'm gonna keep blending and buffing this out until I get the desired effect, which is a gradient blend. Sometimes it works a lot faster depending on the eyeshadow formula. Sometimes it takes forever, and honestly, sometimes the formula is really, really bad and the eyeshadow disappears. If you've been here long enough, you've seen me go through it with some formulas. Now I'm gonna move on to my shimmer, which is gonna be this one over here. So we applied this on the crease, and that's my transition. This one for a little bit of depth. This is the shade that we're gonna use, kind of blend and fuse everything together, but also add more depth. And then this one, it's a weird shade, okay? This is gonna go on our lid area, like all this here. And then again, this darker one, we're gonna blend into it. Pero this is what I'm saying. It looks like a green, but it's not a mossy green. It has hints of gold to it, but it's also like a dusty, dirty color. But it's nice. You know, it's so pretty. I'm gonna use a definer brush. No, it's a definer synthetic brush. Pick up some of the product, which looks like it picked up nicely. Most people would go for like the golds, the copper, and the bronze, but I wanted to do something different and test out that green. And again, it's not a green, but it kind of is a green. All right, so I dragged my brush onto the pan a few times. It picked up so well. It is ridiculously good. I think I want to drag it back here. That's really nice. And I did not go back in the pan. I'm still moving the product. It's so pigmented. I think that's as far as we're gonna go, but look how pretty that is. I wonder if I can add like a little bit of the gold as a line. Vamos a ver. Next, I'm gonna grab like a really fine detail brush. So it looks like a blending brush, but it's not. It's a detail brush. I'm gonna dip into the shade Mink, which is the darkest brown in here. I will admit, you can sit here and go very light-handed with pressing it on, and I'll show you. Super light-handed, and you're gonna pick up a lot of the product, so you have to be careful. Blow out, especially if you're wearing white. Tap out, which means you're gonna get more fallout, because that would be horrible if you ruin an outfit. You know, your clothing, the vanity, you dirty it because you did not tap out. I noticed that some of these shades look a certain way on the pan, but once you apply it on the skin itself, they are actually deeper. Look at this shade here, and then look at it on the eye. It's a lot deeper once it goes on. Not a bad thing, it's just something to be mindful of. So I'm taking that, I'm tapping it out here, just gonna darken the outer area, kind of blend up here for a second, but I'm not gonna bring it out. I want to focus this directly on the outer corner and the outer crease. And then with a very fluffy brush, this one is 100% clean, no product, I'm gonna go over the edge. I'm gonna avoid this mossy green as much as possible. Otherwise, I'm gonna move it and I'm gonna get shimmer everywhere, and that is not the goal. So I am attempting to just fuse all of these together without moving out too much of that green. So you're gonna get a little bit of shimmer, but you don't wanna drag all that shimmer out. And the idea behind behind it is fusing all the shades together. That way they kind of mix and they look like one, but you want a very pretty gradient. And there's that eyeball, and I'm loving her. Guys, I'm gonna do it, and I hope it all works out. So I have this palette. I have a few, but they're gross. They're like already damaged. This was used for like gel nail polish and whatever. I have this one over here. She is clean. She's just all scratched up, okay? So I'm gonna take the back of this little spoolie, and I'm gonna scrape some of this onto the palette. So the shade Opulence, hopefully. This is not for nothing. So let me just show you. I ended up scraping about that much. It didn't take a lot of effort. It just kind of scraped and it was great. I cannot find my mixing medium. I used it. It might be in a bin. And to search for it in a bin is going to be a lot. So I'm going to use the Life Proof Setting Spray by Morphe. I've been using it. It was sent to me, okay? It's good. Like if you want to try a new setting spray that's affordable, you could pick it up at Ulta. It's actually really, really nice. I've used it every day. It doesn't necessarily fully mattify your skin. It adds a little bit of a dew, which is great during winter months now, where I know spring is around the corner, but also people's skin tend to change and feel a little drier. I've really, surprisingly, really been liking her. I'm trying to not overdo it. Okay, I sprayed it. And then I'm gonna use this Sigma brush. I had something way thinner, pero I was doing my nails and I needed a really slim, thin brush. Since I no longer have it, you already know what happened, right? Right? Great. Let's mix this up. I'm just wetting the pigment, trying to create a liquid eyeshadow. Mixing is gonna be best, otherwise you're gonna get some chunky bits on your eyeball, which is not cute. All right, friends, wish me luck. I'd be talking to you guys right now, but you know, I'm trying to create a line here. Okay, cute. Now that I have that line and I got that vibe that I wanted, which is kind of cool, like, you know, you can build it up, let it dry down a little bit and then build it up. I think I'm gonna go a little deeper, like out here. Hold on, espérate, because I do have to go back in and blend her. That fluffy brush that was clean, now it isn't. Kind of go like so. We're gonna move on and do the rest of the face because that's just what it's gonna make everything make way more sense. For the face, I'm going to use Merit's, what are you? This is the uniform. This is like tinted SPF. I have the shade number 18, and then I'm gonna use my tried and true L'Oreal for concealer. To set my eyeballs, I'm gonna use the Ofra Banana Pressed powder. I know I'm changing it up. I always do my one size, but they replenished me with the banana powder, so why not? I did not tell you what bronzer I was going to be using, so I'm just going to show you now. The All Hours Hyper Bronzer by YSL. My mascara is going to be the Lash Clash Waterproof by YSL. I have their brown and their regular black, but I fell in love with their waterproof version. Now, I did do a lash lift, so I'm wondering if like their original is gonna look amazing on my eyeballs and actually like hold the curl. Vamos a ver, I'll do like a short form or something. So then we're gonna move into the Metal FX in Green by Smashbooks, which I told you guys I loved the color. I do have a little bit of an update for you. When I did the application, I did the try on. Not a full try on, but like first impressions, I put it on my eyeballs during the unboxing. It did feel cooling in the moment, like it does now. But my eyes didn't get red. I didn't get like any weird sensation afterwards. Like it felt odd at first. I don't know if it's a sensory thing. I have sensory issues, so maybe it is. But it worked out. I was able to kind of push through without discomfort. I even forgot that I had the green on my eyeball, which is a big deal. So I think this formula actually worked for me and I'm not even mad at it. Now I did apply the Lash Clash in black on the lower lash, which is fine. I just wanted to emphasize the lash a little bit, but I want to add to the mossy green, which is why we're going in with this green liner. And then I'm going to use a liner brush to kind of like extend it too. Ew, how cute is that? Hold on, let's comb the lash back into place. Oh, that looks so pretty. Girl, I really, really like the eye look. I will admit though, because the eyes are so dramatic, I went heavy on the powder. The under eye, I really built it up. So we're looking really, really brightened. I'm gonna add blush, the lip, and then I'm gonna rehydrate the skin because I have not had like super matte skin like this in a really long time. We're gonna move on to the Moon Slice palette. I think we're gonna go light on the cheeks. So I think I'm gonna go in with this corally shade. Let's add a little bit up here, kind of bring her forward. want to make sure that it's all kind of going in the same direction but fusing into one another. Listen, these 4 shades are really nice. We swatched them. They look like they would apply without looking too chalky on any complexion. They have a good amount of pigment to them. And again, you're getting 4 in the one, so it's not necessarily something bad. And it is full size, so it's great to get in your box. I grabbed a lip liner that I really like, literally opened the drawer and pulled it out because it was the first thing that was there. Let's hope this actually works. This is the 360 Contour Lip Liner in Saddle by Wonder Skin. It's gonna last a really long time, even if the balm does not. Remember that I ended up getting this shade, the red, and I was like, maybe with a liner it'll look a lot nicer. So now that I applied a liner on the perimeter, I'm only going to fill the center, because girl, on its own it looks crazy. And maybe if you have bigger lips it'll look nice, but like my lips, ow, I hit my knee. My lips are small. This all over without any lip liner, it just looks crazy. I'm gonna rehydrate the skin because I told you guys, like it's just matte. I'm gonna use the Powder Melt by One Size. I ended up getting me a backup. Alright girl, now that it has dried down, see how my skin is back to being hydrated and dewy? It toned down the powder so it doesn't look as crazy intense, because for a second there I was like, Nina, what is going on? I actually really like the look. When it comes to like the skincare stuff, it was really just this, because then I added my own stuff. But do you see how pretty your makeup could look on top of this? Just give it more than enough time, you know what I mean? If you use a liner, the lip looks so much better. It's definitely not a product everyone will be able to use without a lip liner, but it'll look way more polished and put together and thought out if you apply a lip liner. The cheeks are the cheeks, and then the eyeshadows, I mean, impressive. Pigmented, blendable. Look at that line, girl. It's like peekaboo line, really, when you look at it. It depends on what angle you get like that in your face of the gold. I am very happy with the products that I received in the box that I paid for. Now I know not a lot of people are going to say that, and that is okay, because it's all personal preference and personal experience. That's why I do the behind the scenes of my choices and my selections, my options, because we don't all get the same options. But of course I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Did you receive the Artist Couture palette? Have you played around with it? Is this a look that you would recreate? And did you receive a product that was a total flop in your box? Let me know in the comments. That is it. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. If you're still here, that means you made it all the way through and you are a real one. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Those of you who have been hyping my videos, it doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you so much. It does help me out. And I know the video is over, but you don't have to go anywhere. YouTube is going to recommend 2 videos here on screen they believe you're going to enjoy. So I hope you consider checking it out, and I will see you guys on the next video.